Good morning, YouTube. It's me, Always Dress Page, aka the Emperor of Female Combat Sports Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, this is a fight I just missed. I mean, like I said, I've been so busy with my bodybuilding content. I hadn't done too much on anything on women combat sports MMA, but every now and then, I try to jump on it when it calls my attention. And this fight is probably maybe one of the biggest fights for the end of the year for women's boxing. It's been kind of you had the last fight you had was Katie Taylor versus Danielle. I forgot her last name was. I try to remember. She's a Brazilian boxer. It was the fight that went 3 minutes. 12 rounds, and that is probably historical for women's boxing because usually, even for championship title fights, still 10 rounds in 2 minutes, and that's not enough. You really get warm up by the second minute. But we have here Amanda Serrano's former opponent, Katie Taylor, and she is avenging her loss she took this past summer. I would say it was around about May when she had a fight against this lady here, Chantelle Cameron. And, this was in Dublin, Ireland, in her backyard. And Cameron's from Great Britain. And, this was a big fight, especially in Ireland, being that it was Katie Taylor's a homecoming fight for her. And, Cameron was also, at the time, she was undefeated. She had a good record, just like Katie Taylor. But Katie Taylor's record's always been suspect to me. Her fight with Amanda Serrano, I still believe that she lost that fight. I don't know why. So they decided after that last fight to have a rematch. Because the original plan was it was going to be a rematch between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor in Ireland. But, remember, Amanda Serrano got injured. So the fight was called Homecoming. And, I see some, some clips here and there. And, it was both ladies were dominant title champions for it was undisputed super lightweight championship at that time. You have here Eddie Hearn, who's the bastard son of Don Johnson and Georgia Michael. I'm not a fan of the guy, but he promotes it because it was Matchbox. It was on the Zone. So this fight it went the distance. You might as well say that referee right there. I recognize her. She's in like a lot of the fights. She was in the last fight for Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. Well, it was pretty much a back and forth contest. Katie Taylor always goes out and try to do her best, but I think she was getting dominated. I think one thing is like being so dominant like she was for a long time that she's always been suspect. And Chantelle was just running on a clinic. Yeah, at one point she looked like she had a rough, but I think she had more volume. She was throwing more punches, and she was hitting a lot better. And pretty much we were waiting, and pretty much people saw it was a majority win for Chantelle Cameron. And congratulations, you're the first person to defeat Katie Taylor. And it was about time. I mean, like I said, as a fighter, she's all right, but still, I think some fights she, didn't deserve to win, and she should have lost. But it's always about that with Katie Taylor. But anyway, Cameron now she has the undisputed lightweight title for that division at the time. I forgot which one it was. I think it was the WBC women's lightweight title. So he took one of Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor's titles, and now Katie Taylor wants a get back. Well, okay, it's fair, You remember, this is not her first, rematch. She had one while back when she was fighting against Daphne Passoon. And also, we still want to see that get back with her and Amanda Serrano. That fight, I think, to me, I'm honest to say like that. Amanda Serrano had more. She was throwing more hits. She was doing more body work. I mean, and I don't know how the judges saw. I mean, maybe the last round, the last couple of rounds. Yeah, Katie Taylor was coming back, but Amanda Serrano was busting her up. At one point, she was mostly just hugging on her, throughout the fight. And, and if it had that extra minute in that fight, I think most definitely, I believe Amanda Serrano should win the fight. So part 2 was coming up, but it was postponed because Amanda Serrano got injured. So Chantelle Cameron became the new opponent for Katie Taylor. But remember the controversy of her fight with Daphne Passoon. where that was like almost a few years back, and Pursuit was really put a clinic on Katie Taylor, but the judges went with her, and then eventually they had the rematch, and then I think in the rematch it was pretty close, so they just went with Katie Taylor anyway. It's just that's how it is sometimes. You don't really put a dominant performance against a champion; they will go to the champion. So now Chantelle and Katie Taylor is going to be. It's always start. It's going to start later today because they're in Ireland and we're here in the States, so that means there's like at least a 5 hour time difference. So by the time the fight's going to start later this afternoon, and I think Chantelle may pretty much make, if she do the same thing she did before, keep the distance, use the jab, and just have more volume and just move around a little bit because Katie is she's flat footed. I don't think she's flat footed, you know. And there's talks that maybe there's a rematch with her on the phone program, Jessica McCaskill. You haven't seen Jessica in a while. She's been kind of inactive. And, that probably a good fight worth seeing. And there's also to still talk about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, too. Would it have it in Ireland? Would it have it back in the States? Even if she wins or loses, I think that's the fight we want to see. Because, I think Amanda Serrano deserves her get back. And Amanda is busy. I mean, she had at least 3 fights this year. She fought Heather Hardy a second time. She fought another girl, I forget her name. That was another dominant performance. And then, the one said that, that should have stopped that fight. The one, Rodriguez, I think it was, it was the same place in New York. They had it again. And then also that last fight with Danielle, which was a pretty good fight. But, and it was, I think that would be a great rematch between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. 3 minutes, 12 rounds. I think they deserve that. Women's boxing deserve that, So anyway, like I said, the fight is going to be later on this evening, their time, and afternoon our time. So you can go to the Zone. And I heard coaching there being like my man coaching Carl Breaker 99 and the others say that Zone's not a good app. I mean, it's not a good streaming service. It's very European centric, popular app and Zone. Zone is. But anyway, like I said, it's it might be a good fight. We have at least 2 other women on this card. One day I remember she was on the same card with Katie and Amanda, the last fight they had, and that was about a year ago. But like I said, I will say my best wishes to Chantelle Cameron. I hope she does defeat Katie Taylor. I think she needs a little, take a little defeat. I mean, sometimes it's history always the champion loses against somebody and they beat the person and have to beat them in dominant performance to prove themselves. But if Katie Taylor can't put on a dominant performance against Chantelle Cameron, she's gonna lose this fight. That's pretty much it. And I think she should consider maybe that rematch with Amanda Serrano and then think about go ahead and retire. I know she's 37 years old, and women can probably go on a little longer than men in boxing, but sometimes it's just about time and everything else, And like I said, Amanda Serrano, she's now got a sign on her contract with PFL, so she's going back into MMA, and that's probably a good move because it is a little bit more money for her in mixed martial arts, especially she's still with Jake, sorry, not Jake. I mean, Logan. What's the face? I forget that boy's name. But anyway, best luck to both ladies, and I hope, like I said again, I hope Katie loses. I'm not a fan. It's me on the radio page, aka the Emperor of Female Combat Sports Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.